another Saucony trainer that I picked up, and it's the 3D grid Hurricane, and it kind of gives me the Yeezy Waverunner vibes really, and it's a cool looking sneaker, and I like the. I'm going to go straight to the outsole. I like this. It kind of reminds you of like an Air Max Penny, with the kind of air unit being visible at the bottom. Not that anyone's going to see it, but it still just looks cool. And the outsole is very sort of reminiscent of New Balance in the way the patterns are made here. It's quite sort of minimalist and sort of older, kind of giving the older New Balance vibes. And just the wavy lines and the way that it's sort of structured, and you've got kind of this embroidery here. It kind of just, like I said, it just reminds me of the Waverunner really. And it's just a cool looking shoe. And the materials, I've got kind of different materials on here. So you've got sort of nubuck, suede. I think this feels more like, yeah, this feels more like nubuck, and then here it feels sort of suede. This is sort of like a grey here, but a very cool sneaker, and not bad for £50. So here's details for the Saucony 3D Grid Hurricane Grey Cream. It comes in a grey and cream colourway, and it has a EVA sole, and it has what they call in grid technology, and it's probably similar to an Air Max unit really, and it provides sort of stability and cushioning for impact. And it's predominantly made of all suede and synthetic upper materials, and the price was £135. So the comfort and sizing, I think these have a medium to firm sole, and they kind of fit comfortable, and I think that's majority of that's coming from the insole itself, in my opinion. I think the airbag or from the grid system that they've got at the back does provide sort of impact protection, but it feels very firm, and I think the insole is providing most of the softness. And I will say they have good support around the arch as well, so and your heel sits slightly elevated because of the midsole. And I would say there's no wear and time with these. They're kind of predominantly mesh upper, so it should be fine. And true to size works for me. It kind of mimics sizing in terms of how Nikes are. And I think the grip feels kind of outdated, and it's probably more suited for dry weather. I don't know. I don't think these would hold up well in the wet. In terms of the look and style, it has a sort of predominantly grey colour blocking, so it kind of matches with everything, and it's quite sort of understated. And for that reason, you kind of rock them all seasons. So even though it's got sort of mesh on there, the materials around it sort of will provide enough warmth, I think. And with this pair, similar to sort of a Waverunner, you can kind of dress up casual, and depending on the outfit you wear, you can go towards sort of the smart casual end. They just got that kind of, especially with this colourway, it lends itself well to sort of dressing up slightly smarter with sort of chinos and a shirt. And it comes with sort of grey laces, but there's no reason why you couldn't use sort of sail and white. So I like the fact that it's got kind of the embroidered details on this. It's similar to kind of how a Waverunner looks. And the grid window on the outsole, not anyone that's going to see that, but it reminds you of the Air Max pennies. And I also like the way they're constructed, so I didn't notice too many issues with the pair that I got. And the cons, I think the cost is, again, like Saucony isn't a well-known brand like Nike or Asics or New Balance, for example. So I think for that reason, the cost should be lower, because that would enable them to get more market share. So the ratings on this one, even though it looks similar to a Yeezy Waverunner, I'll give it a sort of 3 out of 5. I think it's okay, but it's not really my bag. And the comfort, I think it was okay as well. I think it fits similar to kind of like an Air Max 1 really. It's on the sort of firmer side, so I think the comfort I'd give a 3. I was undecided on whether I should give it sort of a 4 or a 3, but the more I sort of think about it, the more it feels like an Air Max 1. And the quality, like I said, Saucony haven't really got any kind of problems in terms of their construction, so I give that a 4 out of 5. It's mainly the tech that's used, it's not great. And the pricing, I'll give that a 4. I think they need to lower the price on these. But overall, I'll give it a 3. I'm not really too fond of this particular silhouette and this particular pair, so I think it doesn't kind of compete with some of the other trainers that I've seen and tried.